Hi guys, Patrick from Santa Barbara English. Today's video is teaching 5 useful phrasal verbs. Okay, so these are 5 daily life phrasal verbs that we use every day. So we have figure out, end up, find out, pick up, and drop off. So if you know those 5 and you use those 5 every day, then you can skip this video. If not, I have the slides for these below in the description. You can download the PDF and you don't have to write everything out. But here we go. So the first one is to figure out. Okay, to figure out. The definition is to understand or solve something. Okay, to understand, solve, discover, determine. This is similar to know, like I know, but it's a little bit deeper than to know because it means that you know it, but you know it because you solved it, you were thinking, you were trying, you figured it out, okay? If you know something, maybe somebody told you, or maybe you saw the answer. But if you figured out, then you know, but it's because you went through and you solved the problem, okay? And let me give you some examples. So I couldn't figure out which bus to take to get downtown, so I asked the bus driver. Okay, so I was looking at the timetable for the buses, and I just couldn't figure it out. This one is, I don't know. So I asked the bus driver. Okay, I couldn't figure it out. I like watching detective stories and trying to figure out who the bad guy is. Okay, so if I was watching a detective show in Japanese and suddenly I realized who the bad guy was, I would say, "Wakatta, zettai no hito." Like I would say, I figured it out. Okay, I figured it out. Like I solved this. Now I know. Okay? My motorcycle won't start and I can't figure out what's wrong with it. So if I say this, it means that I went outside on my motorcycle this morning and it wouldn't start, and I tried to solve the problem. I was checking the battery, I checked the gas, I was trying to fix it, but I couldn't figure it out. If I said this, my motorcycle won't start and I don't know what's wrong with it, okay, maybe I tried to figure it out, or maybe I just don't know anything about motorcycles. Maybe I said, it won't start. I don't know. What's wrong with your motorcycle? I don't know. I don't know anything about motorcycles. What's wrong with your motorcycle? I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't solve the problem. Okay? My dog figured out how to open the trash can lid, so now we have to lock it every time. Okay? The dog figured it out. Do you know how to get to the train station from here? No, but I think I can figure it out. Okay? Do you want me to show you? No, I can figure it out. Like I don't know, but when I get there, I will look at it and check the table and I will figure it out. 多分大丈夫. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out. Okay? So next one is to end up. To end up means to eventually do something, and usually not the original plan. This is similar to in the end. Okay? So to end up is a phrasal verb, so it's I ended up doing. Subject, verb, object. And in the end is a phrase. So in the end, I did this, or I did this in the end, or I ended up doing this. Okay? So the verb is to end up. So I was planning on going hiking yesterday, but it started raining. I ended up staying home and watching TV. Okay? It wasn't my original plan, but that's what I ended up doing. I ended up staying home. So it's to end up blah ing. Okay? What did you end up doing this weekend? So for example, at class on Friday, I was asking my friends, what are you going to do this weekend? And my friends said, I don't have a plan, I might go for a hike, I might see a movie, I haven't decided. 週末何をどうする？まだ決めてない。Okay, so Monday, I say, what did you end up doing? 結局何した? What did you end up doing? Very common question when you see your friends on Monday. Or if your friend says, I'm going to see a movie tonight. Oh yeah, what are you going to see? We haven't decided yet. I'm going to let my girlfriend decide. Okay, tomorrow, I will say, hey, what did you end up seeing? 結局何見た? What did you end up seeing? Okay? I couldn't figure out the Sunday bus schedule, so I ended up taking an Uber. Okay, so this is figure out and end up. we do use these together. So I couldn't figure out the Sunday bus schedule. I was looking at the bus map and the times, but Monday to Friday is very different than Sunday schedule, and I just couldn't figure it out, so I ended up calling for a taxi. I ended up taking an Uber. Okay? So note here, this is not finally. A lot of Japanese think the word finally is used in this way, but we use finally in a different way. We use finally when you're waiting for a long time for something and you're like, mo, finally. For example, the new season of Game of Thrones is finally out. So Game of Thrones is a really, really popular TV show, and they are several seasons long, and after one season ends, everybody's waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then finally the next season comes out. Okay? So if I'm waiting in traffic, and the traffic's not moving, and it's not moving, it's not moving, and then, finally, okay? That's what finally means. It's like, mo, kind of a feeling. It's not the same as end up. I don't use end up that way. I would never say, the traffic ended up moving. Like, no. Finally is finally, and what did you end up doing is like ma kekyoku. Okay, so just be careful with finally. One more example. The girl that I like finally texted me back. So I was waiting for 2 days, and I couldn't wait. I was waiting for her response, and finally she texted me back. Okay? They didn't have the dress I wanted, so I ended up getting this one. So I went shopping for a red shirt, but they didn't have a red shirt, so I ended up buying this one. Kekyoku kore katta. Okay? So let me give you two examples that are similar here. I studied and studied for the exam, but in the end, I failed it. Or, I studied really hard for the exam, but I still ended up failing. I still ended up failing it. Okay? So, remember subject, verb, object. So, in the end, SVO. I failed it, or I failed it in the end. You can move the phrase before or after. It's more common to say, I ended up failing. I use the phrasal verb to end up more than I say in the end. In the end is useful also, but it's just easier for me to say I ended up staying home. I ended up not going. Kekyoku, I ended up not going. Okay, so to end up. Next, to find out. So to find out is to learn by study, observation, or search. Similar to discover. Okay, so to find is for things. I found a nice cafe. I found my pen. I found my phone. Okay? Mitsukatta. To find out is for information, right? So I found out that my boyfriend is cheating on me. Okay? So if I said, あの人何歳? 知らないけど、ちょっと待って。見つかった? No, you wouldn't say 見つかった. You would say, わかった. That わかった in English is like to find out. So, how old is she? I found out how old she is, right? Because you can't say I found how old she is. For information, it's I found out. Okay? My dad found out about his surprise birthday party. So, we were going to have a surprise birthday for my dad, and it was a secret, but my cousin called the house and left a message on the machine that said, sorry, I can't go to the party on Sunday. So my dad ended up finding out. Kekyoku wakatta. Like in the end, he found out that he was going to have a birthday party, a surprise birthday party. Do you know if she has a boyfriend? No, but I can find out. Okay? Well, where is everyone? They were supposed to be here 30 minutes ago. I don't know, but let me call John and find out. Okay, so let's compare some here. So very similar. I figured out how to change my ringtone, and I found out how to change my ringtone. These are very similar, and in the end, they have the same meaning. But if I say I figured out how to change my ringtone, it means that I was playing with my phone, and I tried this, and I tried that, and I tried this, and I tried this menu, and I went here, and then I figured it out. If I go and ask somebody, or I just Google how to change ringtone on my phone, I found out. I found out. So let me ask my friend. My friend told me, hey, I found out how to change my ringtone. I figured out how to change my ringtone. They end up meaning the same thing, but it's just a little bit different way of getting there. Okay, let me give you one more example of that. I found the answer, and I found out the answer. So if I'm doing my homework, this is my Chinese homework, and I said, okay, what is the answer to number 1? I found it. It's like, 見つかった. 答え見つかった. Right? So I found the answer. If I say, what is the answer to number 1? Hold on, wait. I ask the teacher and I come back, I say I found out the answer to number 1. I didn't find it. I didn't figure it out. I found it out. Okay, so they're similar, and if you're not perfectly understanding the first time, that's okay. You will hear them every single day, and you'll start to understand what they mean. Okay, so to find out. The next one, to pick up. Okay, so to pick up. To pick up means to go and get something or someone, usually by car. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to pick up my friend from the airport. Okay, so my friend is visiting. They're going to arrive tomorrow at the airport, and I will drive to the airport, pick them up, and come back home. Okay, so I think you would say, 明日友達を空港に迎えに行く or 友達を空港で拾う. Okay, so to pick up. Mom, I'm at the train station and I missed my bus. Can you come pick me up? It's raining and I don't want to walk. Okay, come pick me up, please. I have to pick up the kids from school at 3 o'clock. Okay, so pick up, very, very common daily life word. And the other side of pick up is to drop off. Okay, so to drop off is to leave something or someone somewhere, usually by car. So I take my friend to work because he doesn't have a car. I leave him there, I come home. I drop my friend off at work. Okay, so for example, I need to drop my friend off at the bus station. 友達を駅まで送る or 友達を駅で降ろす. Just drop off at the bus station. You can use it for people, you can use it for things. So my mom usually drops me off at school in the morning, and my dad picks me up on the way home from work. Okay? I need to drop the kids off at school, pick up the dry cleaning, drop off the dog at the groomer, and then pick up some food for the barbecue this evening. Okay? So pick up and drop off. Very, very common daily life words. Okay, so let me show you an example, something that I would say naturally using all 5 of these together. And this is not a crazy sentence. This is something that I would say in daily life. Yesterday, I couldn't figure out what bus to take to get downtown, and I ended up taking the wrong one. So I had to call my friend, and he came and picked me up and dropped me off at school. My mom found out that I was late for school again, and she was mad. Okay? Okay, so those are some phrasal verbs. I have many phrasal verbs that I'm going to go through, but I don't want to make a 20-hour video, so I'm going to try to do these in short bursts here. If this is useful for you, please subscribe, please like, please share with your friends who are studying English, and I will keep making more videos. Okay, so thank you very much, and I'll see you next video.